Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have the deck list that I used to reach DLV max. To be 100% honest with you, I used this to go from DLV 19 to max, but it was really easy, as you may have seen from by yourself if you just saw the live streaming that we had literally today. This is one of my safe choice, as I like to call it, as I think probably the best hero deck right now. I think it's a little bit even better than Eternal Bond, to be honest. Of course, I'm gonna show it to you, and of course also some replays to see how it's played. Nothing particularly new, because this deck has already been on the channel. But before jumping right in, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Aster Phoenix and his Destiny Heroes Kill Destiny effect. So this is nothing new, because we used to play this as an answer to Tachyon back in the day when Tachyon was a thing, was a problem, with this searchable counter trap, activatable from hand, multiple back rows. This was the only way, because this deck, as a lot of you already know, actually has within all of its abilities the ability to summon Beatrice on turn 1 really easily, thanks to malicious and dangerous. So with Beatrice, you can send any card from your hand, from your deck, to the graveyard, and these could let us actually send in a tech that was specifically anti-Tachyon. I'm talking about Mischief of the Gnomes, that right now we don't need anymore, but Beatrice is still very good, because it can set for this deck the Ballad Rush combo. So basically we send the Banshee. You have two Beatrice's effect, one to use on the turn you summon her, and the other one as a quick effect during your opponent draw phase. And basically you set up Ballad Rush on the field, so during your turn you send the Banshee to the graveyard, so you can use her effect to banish yourself from the graveyard to activate Zombie Ward. And then during your opponent's draw phase, so keep in mind you have to toggle on draw phase, Beatrice effect again, you send Ballad Rush to the graveyard. So then, because you have a field spell, Ballad Rush during the standby phase will activate its effect from your graveyard and will special summon itself back on the field. Why do you want to have Ballad Rush on the field? Well, because he has two interruption within itself, and it is one negation and one banish. Keep in mind, both of these effects are non-targeting, so you negate without targeting, you banish a monster from field or graveyard without targeting, so that's insanely good. And you can trigger this even by yourself, because this effect can be activated in response to the activation of any zombie monster's effect. And you're gonna think, and what happens if my opponent doesn't play zombies? Well, that's why Zombie Ward is here. That's why we choose specifically Zombie Ward as a field spell to activate, because all of the monsters in the graveyard and on the field are treated as zombies, so that Ballad Rush can respond to any of them. That's insane. Honestly, I really like it, and especially against Shiranui, you don't even need the Zombie Ward. Once you have Ballad Rush in the field, Shiranui, for example, are zombies, so you can just change Ballad Rush effect to themselves. Really nice. So why do I like this? Well, because you have different plays going first, you have multiple win conditions, a really lot of stuff. So let's start from the Ballad Rush combo, of course, right? Then we have access to easy rank 4. How? Thanks to Destiny Hero Drill Dark, that on normal or special summon will let you special summon a Destiny Hero monster. Basically any of these. It's either the Celestial or the Decider or the Dreamer. Of course you want to have either the Decider or the Celestial to go into rank 4. Rank 4 that will give you access to, I think, what's the best turn 2 play of the game, and it's Exceeder Knight, as you will see in the replays, just to wipe up the whole field of your opponents. Insane. Or another card, one of the best one for your turn 1, Evilsworn Nightmare, basically non-targeting Floodgate, as when your opponent special summon a monster, you can just flip that down, insane. 2 times this, it's not even once per turn. Dude, what are we even talking about? And then as another couple of win conditions, you have Plasma, that is literally searchable from turn 3 and onward, and Dystopia, not really of a win condition, but actually a boss monster, as he can pop a card when it's boosted. And keep in mind, the skill gives a boost to Dystopia, so you can use its effect at least once. So what we have here in the extra deck, apart from these 3 that are mandatory, 1 Dangerous is mandatory, 1 Dystopia is mandatory, then we have 1 Wonder Drive, and in case we need to recycle a polymerization, and we have the Phoenix just in case we have Drill Dark, you know, to start the turn, but we don't have another level 4, maybe we have a Dreamer, we have a Malicious, and we want to pop a back row before going into our combos, so you can just go into Phoenix. Then we have the room for another rank 4. I went from a level and sin, but really you can choose anything you feel is better. You can play even the Nightmare Unicorn, you can play the Link, the Flame Swordsman, so there are different plays. In matter of tax instead, I really recommend playing Reinforcement of the Army, because if you just can search the Drill Dock, well, it makes the difference between having another monster on the field and not. So it makes a difference between having just Beatrice on the field plus Ballad Roach, or having Evilsworm, Beatrice and Ballad Roach, and trust me, it makes a difference. Then we have what else do we have? We have Dreamer as a very nice choice to send to graveyard with the effect of Dangerous that can mill. Why is that? Well, this guy can save your opponent can save your monster from being destroyed by battle, and also gives you a +1 on the monster side because it is special summon itself. Why is that good? Well, because you have monster to tribute with for your plasma summon. But not only that, also to go into Link plays, that's why you want to do that. Then we have Farfa as another Garnet for the Beatrice play. Usually you use both the effects of Beatrice to set up the play for Ballad Rush. Of course, with one effect you send Banshee, with the other effect you send Ballad Rush, but sometimes it can happen, of course, that you draw either Banshee or Ballad Rush in your hand, so you have one play for one effect of Beatrice saved, and you can use it for Farfa to have another interruption. But no worries, if you draw Banshee or Ballad Rush, there's no problem. You can send them to grave very easily with the polymerization, because Dangerous can be special summoned with a Destiny Hero and a Dark Effect monster, and both Ballad Roach and Banshee are Dark Effect monsters, so you're chilling. Among the tags instead, we have the Destiny Draw. Why not? Sending stuff to grave plus draw 2, it's always good. A couple of Cosmic Cyclone, definitely for back rows. A couple of Offerings to the Doomed, really synergize so good. This card really synergizes so well with the deck, because, well, the fact that you do not draw, it's good combined with the effect of Celestial that you always want to have in your graveyard. Why? Because Celestial makes you draw only if you have no cards in your hand, so the cost of Offerings to the Doom is not really there, if you know what I mean. And then to complete the setup of the limited tree trap cards, I decided to play Compulsory. Better than Crackdown in my opinion, from some point of view, just because against Sky Striker, against the Kluger, you don't really want to take control of the monsters, maybe risking that your opponent can respond with a Typhoon or a Cyclone, but you really want to have Compulsory, so you get rid of those monsters without triggering their floating effect. I'm talking about Ray for Sky Strikers and Neos Wiseman, of course, for Neos Kluger. And then, guys, that's the end. You could field the deck and play 30, but honestly, keep in mind that to make this work, you still need to be sure to draw a Destiny Hero monster that can be normal summoned, because the skill that gives you a Malicious in the graveyard and the polymerization set can be activated only during a turn you normal summoned a Destiny Hero monster. So in order to start good, we have 3, other 3, 6, 9, 11, 12 monsters, because of course Reinforcement of the Army counts as a monster, so keep in mind when you want to increase the number of cards. If you want to play more cards, I really suggest to play even more Destiny Hero monsters that can be normal summoned. Anyway, guys, that's the end. Of course, some replays to showcase how this deck works and the combos. Really easy DLV max climb. If you're really struggling, if you're still struggling to reach DLV max, I really suggest going with this. You can change the tax, of course, that's not a problem, but I really recommend you play these amount of monsters. If you don't have the triple Celestial, you can also play 2. That's not that much of a problem, really. Even maybe just 1, it could be fine, to be honest. What's really needed is the Drill Dark, not gonna lie. The Ballad Watch, of course, plus Zombie Word, and the Beatrice set, that's really needed. To decide that you can play also the Doom Lord if you prefer. Of course, these will reduce the chances of going into a rank 4 play, but that's fine. Anyway, that's it. If you have any questions, so don't be afraid to drop them in the comment section down below, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against yugioh. Let's see what we have. So we got it's us to go first, as you can see. That was a specifically choice right here not to summon Dreamer, because I needed a card to discard in order to use Dangerous Effect to mill Celestial. So keep in mind that I wanted to keep both Cyclone and Compulsory to sat, of course, because they're very valuable card that you do not want to discard. So that's why I didn't summon Dreamer. So I went, as you can see, with only 1 monster, you use the skill, you get the Malicious out, and then a Polymerization. What you do is Polymerization of the 2 monsters right there into Dangerous, right? Then second Malicious Effect to summon another one from your deck, and you have 2 level 6. But before going into Beatrice, you use Dangerous Effect to mill what you need. Now, you should always go for Celestial if you don't have a Celestial in the grave. But if you have a Celestial in the grave, my suggestion is to go for Plasma and sending it to the graveyard to avoid drawing it next turn, and it could actually break your hand and prevent you from activating the third effect of the skill. So there you go, sending the Celestial, then Beatrice. Another tip, guys, when you go into Beatrice right here, keep in mind that Effect Veiler could negate this. Now, if your opponent activates Effect Veiler before you do something, you can chain the effect of Beatrice. But if your opponent knows how to play, well, you wanna toggle on and activate the effect of Beatrice in the end phase. Well, because you can activate the effect of Beatrice in the end phase, but Effect Veiler can be activated only in the main phase. Keep in mind that. So we got a couple of set card end phase, Beatrice to mill the Banshee. So always toggle on in the same end phase, Banshee to activate Zombie War. Now, another thing that I forgot to tell you during the list breakdown is that Zombie War itself, it's an anti-meta card, because if your opponent cannot get rid of it, well, a lot of decks rely on the archetype their card are, like a lot of decks relies on the fact that all their monsters are spellcasters, other deck relies on the fact that their cards are machines. Well, with Zombie World, everyone becomes a zombie, and a lot of the combos are screwed up. Keep in mind that. So Zombie World alone is a tag card. So as you can see, toggle on always, draw phase, sending Ballad Watch so that in the standby phase, its effect activates and comes on the field. It's got Wind Channeler, so this is Speedroid, looking for the Terror Top, special summon. Guess what? It's a zombie because of Zombie World, so we can respond with Ballad Watch and negate. Easy. Okay? Then he's got another set and in a back row. Cosmic Cyclone says no thank you. And keep in mind now, before doing anything right now, if we didn't have the Cyclone, you could have just started with the Phoenix. Phoenix, pop the back row. Why? Because Ballad Watch comes back each time. So you want to use him to link summon, because then he comes back easily. That's really that easy. We got Celestial's effect to draw a couple of cards, and then what I did was to change Ballad Watch's effect, but not to negate, but to banish one monster from a field or graveyard. I banished the said monster, and look at this. I didn't have lethal because I forgot he's got the Kaideroid in the graveyard, otherwise I could have used the third part of the skill to summon a Malicious. That's completely fine, because keep in mind, we still have double interruption here. It's got Speedroid Recovery to summon a Speedroid Terror Top, again negated by Ballad Watch. Really, there's nothing to do for this guy that's cooked. This combo is really oppressive, so I really love it. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, second replays. This is what I told you about when I told you that Zombie War is actually an anti-meta card itself. So we got the Destiny effect, we already have Zombie Ward, so keep in mind that now with Beatrice, we have one more play, one more interruption, because one part of the combo of Ballad Watch is already here, is the Zombie Ward. So, of course, we went in Malicious, but first we used the effect of Dangerous to mill the Celestial and the Plasma from our hand. Beatrice is here, so the only thing we need to mill right now is just the Ballad Watch, right? So end phase, of course, we set this, we activate Zombie Ward, and with Beatrice, we just send the Ballad Watch. So this means we have an effect of Beatrice, that's why we play Farfa. So of course Ballad Watch is the field, but that's the problem. Oh no, did the Crow banish the Ballad Watch? Are we dead now? Not at all, because now it's got Awakening of the Charmers. Look at this, we have an interruption, right? Remember, with Beatrice sending Farfa, but that is not even needed. Look at this, it's got Awakening of the Possessed, we also have Cyclone, he summoned this, but he does not draw, plus he does not get this effect out. You know why? Because as long as Zombie Ward is on the field, well, this dude is treated as a zombie, so he didn't special summon a spellcaster, he actually special summoned a zombie monster, and this is just a zombie, so he cannot activate his effect. So he realized that, and he scooped. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Keep in mind, at the end of this, we had double draw with Celestial, we had the effect to search Plasma. There you go. Interrupting, my boys, a 7-win streak. Cheese, Swiss cheese. Let's see what we have. It's us to go first. We have Farfa in our hand, but that is not a problem because we can use them either as a folder to discard for Dangerous, or actually to fuse it and summon Dangerous. So we got this is the perfect turn 1 when you have Drill Dog plus another level 4. So you go with Celestial, then first you go into Exceed Summon, that is Evilsworm Nightmare. So you have a couple of Floodgate right here. Then you use the skill, summon the first Malicious, then a Polymerization into using one Malicious and one monster in your hand into Dangerous. You can see we used Farfa, then second effect of Malicious to summon another one, but first use Dangerous effect to mill what? Well, you should go with, of course, Plasma, because we have Celestial right here, and then Beatrice, of course, milling both the stuff that we need, Banshee for the Zombie Ward, and Ballad Watch, of course, during the draw phase for our opponent. There you go. Ballad Watch, of course, is hitting the field. Let's see what he's got. He's got Shiranu Cell Successor, he gets the Shiranu Samurai, then he's got the Book of Moon, but that's the problem. Now he has two things that he needs to take care of. He's got the Nightmare and the Ballad Watch, and both of them have double interruption because Evilsworm Nightmare can flip down 2 monsters in the same turn, and these has 2 interruption, 1 negation, 1 banish. So 1 Book of Moon is not enough. Squire to begin with, Ballad Watch negate. And then we have just one thing, and the next one is gonna be just the banishing of the Spectre's Ward. As you will see, he went for the Squire Saga, that's totally fine. Then Spectre's Ward effect, chain the effect of Ballad Watch to banish the Spectre's Ward, so he gets no Synchro Summon. He still pops the Zombie Ward, that's fine. But now he makes a very bad mistake here. He should have attacked the Ballad Watch. I think I would have won anyway, but this is the worst thing, because he popped the Evilsworm and actually sent the Celestia to the grave. Now we can draw. So we set the spell, we draw 2, as you can see, then set the Cyclone, and at this point we have lethal because we have Drill Dark, and he inflicts piercing damage, don't forget about that. There's nothing he can do, and even if he has a Kairoid, hypothetically in end, well, we have Ballad Watch for next turn that can still banish and negate, even if there's no Zombie Ward on the field, because all Shiranu monsters are zombies. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, my 5th win in a row, my rank up to DLV max. This was Battle Chronicle, one of the worst stack to face, right? Let's see what he has. He's got Apprentice to begin with. He looks for the Dark Magician, and then he's got just a set card, pretty weird, right? So we have also Cyclone to begin with, so we are in a very good spot, right? We got Cosmic Cyclone, he's got Navigation, so he can actually summon a couple of guys right there. He's going to have a board full of monsters. I don't know why, actually he didn't summon a Dark Magician because he wanted to have the Navigation ready. But still not the best of the choices. But keep in mind, it can be a board full of stuff. But look at this play. Drill Dark summons Decider or any other level 4. Exceed Summon, Exceed a Knight. Pop everything. Keep in mind, Exceed a Knight can be activated during your main phase as a quick effect or during your opponent's battle phase. as long as your opponent has more cards than you, counting the one on the field and in your hand. As you can see here, those are 3 plus 1 is 4, and I have 2 plus 1 is 3. Of course, make this the count and don't miscalculate. There you go, popping everything. It's worse than Raigeki, and we're not done. Because from that point on, we had the polymerization, where actually either Beatrice with the Battle Dodge combo, or even just Dystopia to pop a card. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Well, guys, again, this deck is, for me, is very good. I think it could be really the anti-meta deck itself, because he has a lot of cards that actually are anti-meta. In my opinion, Zombie World above all the other ones, really it's just an anti-meta card. You have access to negation, you have plasma that negates effect, you have popping, you have drawing, you have a lot of stuff in my opinion. Yeah, so for me, this is an anti-meta, an anti-meta deck, maybe the anti-meta deck for now. And let me know what you think in comment section down below, my boys. And if you're struggling reaching DLV max, I highly recommend you to play this, to try this. Of course, learn the combos, take a look at this video again and at the replays, and you're gonna know everything you need to do. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Of course, I see you tomorrow. We started the DLV, the second stage grind together to enjoy the run, to enjoy the journey, for nothing else actually. So I hope you're gonna be ready. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of tilt, but we're gonna laugh together and enjoy it together. Of course, playing non-meta decks like this. Again, thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you